Hello friends, welcome to the study culture. Here I came with the beautiful video building material subject and timber topic which may helpful to you, and here coming into the topic. A tree basically consists of three parts, namely trunk, crown and roots. The function of the trunk is to support the crown and to supply water and nutrients from the roots to leaves through the branches, and from the leaves back to the roots. The roots are meant to implant the trees in the soil, to observe the moisture and mineral contents, and to supply them to the trunk. Details of structure. There are two categories, namely macrostructure and microstructure. Macrostructure and microstructure. First see the macrostructure. Macrostructure means the structure of a wood visible to the naked eye or at the small magnification is called a macrostructure. There are different components in the wood. Cross section of a exogenous tree is like this. This is the wood, and starts from this. This is a plinth. Pith. This is pith, and after pith, this is the hardwood. These are rings, annual rings. This is cambium layer. These are modular rays. Modulary rays, and this is sapwood, and this outer layer is called a bark. This layer is called bark, outer bark and inner bark. This is the cross section of the wood of an exogenous tree. What is pith? The innermost center portion of the core of the tree is called a pith or medulla. It varies in the size and shape and for different types of trees. It consists of entirely of cellular tissue, and it nourishes its plant at its young age. When the plant becomes old, the pith dies up and decays. The sap then transmitted the wood fibers deposited around the pith. The pith of branches is nothing but merely prolongation of a stem. What is hardwood? Hardwood. The inner angular rings surrounded by the pith consists of a hardwood. It is usually dark in color. As a matter of fact, it indicates the dead portion of the tree. It is dead portion of the tree. such that it does not take active part to grow the tree, but imparts the tree is providing strong and durable timber for various purposes. Next, sapwood. The outer annular rings between hardwood and cambium layer is called a sapwood. It is in between hardwood and cambium layer is known as a sapwood. It is usually light in color. It is light in color and weight also. It indicates the recent growth and it contains the sap. The annual rings of a sapwood are less sharply defined than those are hardwood. It takes the active part in a growth of the tree and sap moves in upward direction through it. The sapwood is also known as a alburnum. Alburnum. Cambium layer. Cambium layer. The thin layer of a sap between sapwood and inner bark is known as a cambium layer. It is in between sapwood and inner bark is known as a cambium layer. It indicates the sap which has not yet converted into the sapwood. If the bark is removed, if any reason, the cambium layer gets exposed and the cell seizes the active resulting death of the fiber. If any damage to the cambium layer, the fiber will be caused to death. Okay. Next, inner bark. Inner bark. The inner skin or layer covering the cambium layer is known as the inner bark. It gives the protection to the cambium layer from any injury. Next, outer bark. Outer bark is a cover of the tree is known as a outer bark and it is outermost protective layer and it sometimes contains cracks, fissures. It consists of a cells and wood fibers and is also known as a cortex. Also known as cortex. Modulary race. Modulary race. The thin radial fibers extending from pith to cambium layer are known as a modular rays. The function of these rays is to hold together the annular rings of hardwood and sapwood. These rays are sometimes broken and in some varieties of trees they are not very prominent. This is plinth, pith. These are modular rays for wood and it connects from pith to cambium layer is known as a modulary rays. Next, microstructure. These are under from macrostructure and we will see the what is microstructure. Microstructure. The structure of a wood apparent only at great magnification is known as a microstructure. A living cell consists of four parts, namely membrane, protoplasm, sap and core. These are the parts consistence in the living cell. The cell membrane consists mainly the cellular tissues and cellulose. The protoplasm is a granular, transparent, viscous vegetable protein composed of a carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen and sulfur. The core of the cell differs from protoplasm and merely by the presence of a phosphorus, and it is generally a oval. The cells according to the function they perform and classified into three types: conductive cells, mechanical cells and storage cells. Conductive cells, mechanical cells and storage cells. Conductive cells. These cells are mainly to transmit the nutrients from roots to branches and leaves. So, to transmit the nutrients from roots to branches, these conductive cells will help. And mechanical cells. Mechanical cells are elongated, thick-walled ended, have tightly interconnected narrow interior cavities. These cells impart strength to the wood, and mechanical cells helps to interconnect the interior cavities. These cells impart strength of the wood. Storage cells. These cells serves to store and transmit the nutrients to the living cells in the horizontal direction, and they are usually located in the medullary rays. Storage cells are located in the medullary rays, and these are helps to transmit the nutrients to the living cells in the horizontal direction. Defects in timber. Various defects in timber are grouped into 5 categories. There are 5 categories. Defects due to conversion. First one, defects due to conversion. Next, defects due to fungi. Defects due to insects. Defects due to natural forces. Defects due to seasoning. In next video, we will discuss about conversions, fungi, insects, natural forces and seasoning defects in the timber. Thank you for watching. We will meet in the next video. Bye bye.